Welcome back guys on another YouTube video. Now I'm going to be breaking down the forex market. In today's video I'm going to be analyzing three pairs: Gbpusd, Eurjpy and gold. So two are currency pairs, then the last one is a commodity. Now for those who haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, I think this is the right time for you to hit that like button and subscribe so that you can be notified whenever we upload a new video like this. So I've already opened up my trading view. I'm going to be analyzing these three pairs like I've told you, but the first on my list is Gbpusd. Now I'm already in my higher time frame. So in these higher time frames is where I get a clear picture of the market structure, where clearly is the market heading or which trend are we playing around with. So now I'm already in my weekly time frame. I've already highlighted my major market key levels. So the main role of these major market key levels, they help me to see the clear outlook of the market. Okay, now I'm going to start by connecting my recent higher low highs. So which means this is our resistance trend line. We know that whenever the market approaches this resistance trend line of ours, we always see a bounce. Now I'm going to scale down to the daily time frame. Now in the daily time frame, if you can clearly see, we think this trend line of ours has been respected so many times. So this was our first touch, second touch, and this was our third touch. Now we're going to try to highlight them. So this was our first touch. This was our first touch. Okay, let me use these arrows because we want to indicate our first touch, second touch, and third touch. Let's see. I think let me use this. So this was our first touch. That was our first touch, and this will be our second touch. And this is our third touch. So we know that whenever the market approaches these major market key levels, we always find a way of getting these sell entries. Now, putting that aside, what you're going to do next after analyzing or spotting our major market key levels, next step is we get these horizontal lines, which is our resistance and support trend lines. Now I can see that we have a double top formation. This is the first top, and this was the second top, which was created by the market. But I can see we have these support levels. This is our first support level. This was our support level, and this is our second support level. So now what are we going to do is scaling down to the lower time frame to get perfect entries. And now when you go in the smaller time frame, you can clearly see that Gbpusd has a double top formation. So now as a trader, you have to wait for a clear confirmation for you to jump into a sell entry on the cover of these pips. So when you try to zoom out, you can clearly see that Gbpusd is in a sell formation. So now we have a double top formation. So this is the first top, and this is a second top. Now we want to see where exactly is the Gbpusd heading. Now before we jump into the sell, if I clearly analyze the market, you can see we also have this second anticipation, which is sort of like a flag pattern, which is more like a flag pattern. So now a flag pattern, that means if this was a breakout, so this is almost like a retest. So we might see the market first coming back to the upside. Before we see that drop, we may see the market coming back on this resistance level before we see a drop to the downside. Why? Because here we consider market structure. We see how the market has reacted on different support and resistance levels, because we have clearly seen that in the higher time frame we have a double top formation, but when you try to scale down the lower time frame, you can also see that we have sort of like a bullish flag, which means this was a breakout and a retest. So we must see in the open of the week, we must see the buyers jumping in the market, pushing back the price to the upside. Now when we reach on this resistance level, which we drew in our weekly time frame, we might see prices pushing all the way back to the downside. So what you have to do as a trader is to wait for a clear confirmation. So if you are to sell this currency pair, what you must do is wait and see how the market is going to play. But we as FX devs, I think we are going to wait for sell confirmation on this particular level here, and we are looking to sell Gbpusd all the way to this support level. So as you know, your stop loss must be above the resistance level, because if we break this resistance level, that means it's no longer a sell, it will be a buy. Now for Gbpusd, we are heading to sell it after the market giving us a pullback, which will be also another double top formation in smaller time frame. Then we sell Gbpusd. Now next pair is Eurjpy. Eurjpy is our next pair. And like we told you, we're going to analyze Eurjpy, gold, and Gbpusd. So now our next pair is Eurjpy. So I'm going to first delete all this analysis which we made before, because when you're analyzing the market, remember the market keeps on changing. So you have to do, when you're analyzing the market, first number one rule is to delete everything that you already drew in the past days. Now okay, now for this horizontal and for this resistance and support trend line, I may not delete them because actually they show me where the market is heading. Now I'm going to start the weekly time frame. So when you go in the weekly time frame and you try to zoom out, I can see that the market is on our resistance trend line, resistance level, which is our major market key level. Now when you try to see this market playing around this resistance level, so you get to ask yourself where exactly is the market heading, because if I try to scroll back and see on this major market key level, the market has been trying to make a lot of fake outs, and you find it coming back, grabbing buyers around these areas, and you find sellers jumping in the market and pushing the market all the way to the downside. So now this level is actually like a trapping level. Why? Remember, the market keeps on repeating itself. So we can see we had a lot of fake outs around this area, and it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we have a lot of fake outs on this area. So as a professional trader, what do you do is trying to cater for these levels in a proper way and see where the market is heading. So now we can see that actually we are on our resistance level. So now we are going to try to scroll down on the daily time frame Now in the daily time frame, actually you are also going to see what is the market trying to show us. Now we'll start by drawing our resistance trend line, a resistance zone. I mean, we have our zone. So now on this zone, actually we see that whenever the market approaches this zone, we actually see a lot of sellers jumping into the market. Now I'm going also to cater for our demand zone. And on this demand zone, it will help us also to cater for our take profits. So now before you consider this, there's also this level. Now on this support level, it will also help us to determine that if you have entered a sell from this level, that means your next target profit will be on this support level. Because why? On this support level, we can see we have a lot of weak rejection, whereby that means there is always a lot of orders on this key level. Now when you try connecting this support level, support trend line, and this support trend line of ours, let me try connecting this support trend line. Now when you connect this support trend line, you can clearly see that it can also determine our take profit as well, because we see that the market, whenever it approaches this support trend line, we see a lot of reversal. So this is the first time, second touch, third touch, fourth touch, fifth touch. Okay, now for Eurjpy, at the moment you can see Eurjpy has been in a clear uptrend, whereby it has been making a lot of continuation patterns. Now this continuation patterns, it's where you think of buying or selling, but it has been giving us bullish continuation patterns. So now it can be that we are still in an uptrend, but if you are thinking of selling in an uptrend, that means you'll consider a scalping move, not a long move. So it can be a retest of this flag, because I can see we also have a little bit sort of like a flag here. So it can be a minor sell. Let me just delete this. So it can be a minor sell, and we see the market pushing back to the upside. So it can be a minor sell. After a minor sell here, we can see the market pushing all the way back to the upside. But if it is a sell, you will find the market will try to push back to the upside, forming a weak rejection here before we go short. Hope we are together. Now what will make this market or this trade of ours invalid is if we see the market breaking this structure. So if the market breaks this structure and it reaches this structure, that means we shall be looking for buy entries from this level to the next level. So our stop loss will be below the support area, because when the market breaks this support area, that means it's no longer a buy, it will be a sell. So for Eurjpy, the overall trend, it is an uptrend, but we are still in the consolidation market. So we haven't decided, the market hasn't decided which trend are we going to be continuing with, either a sell or a buy. So your role as a trader is to use the 80% for patience and use the 20% for just placing a trade. So now we have to wait for a clear confirmation to see where exactly Eurjpy pairs will be heading, plus analyzing our economic calendars to see which news will be affecting these JPY pairs. Now the last pair, like we told you, will be gold. Now gold will be our last pair to be analyzed, and we close this video. Now if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe now, and also like this video, plus registering our registering with our reliable recommended forex broker, which is XNS. All the links are down, will be down in the description around there. So you, after watching this video and you don't have an account with XNS, you will click down the description and you see our recommended forex brokers we shout out you to use, because I've been using these forex brokers for a long period of time. Now I've already opened my charts of gold. I'm in a higher time frame. Now what do? Is I try to see the overall market, where it's coming from and where it's heading. Now if you try connecting or spotting out the major market key levels, I'm going to use my horizontal trend line. Okay, now I'm going to first delete all this stuff. Okay, for gold, and we also, this is another level, and this is another level. So now I've already spotted out my major market key levels. So this major market key levels, like I told you before, they help us to see where the turning points of the forex market. Now if you try to zoom out before we scroll on to the lower time frame, you can clearly see that gold has been respecting, or it is in a downtrend, because you are seeing low highs and lower lows, lower lows and low highs, lower lows and low highs. Now recently this week gold made a low high, but sellers jumped in the market and pushed and created all this momentum. So now we can clearly see that we have a candlestick pattern. For those who have been watching our videos about candlestick pattern, so this is a candlestick pattern, which is a bearish engulfing candle. So whenever you see this candlestick pattern, bearish engulfing candle in a higher time frame, either trend line or support and resistance level or supply and demand level, just know there is a lot of selling momentum in the market. So now we have already known that currently gold is in a downtrend. The second thing is we have a candlestick pattern. So now we're going to scroll down to the daily time frame. So when you reach in the daily time frame, try to zoom out, zoom in to get a clear picture. So when you try to connect our resistance trend line, connecting this recent low highs, you see. So I think you can see that we had our first touch, second touch, and this was our third touch, although it made a little bit fake out and came back inside. So that means it's also considered as our third touch. Now we haven't got any pattern, because we trade price action, we mainly focus on chart patterns which give us perfect entries to enter the market. But you can see that we have this level, which is our resistance level, which has been respected for so many times. So I'm going to try to cater for it. So we have that level. So this level has been respected for so many times, and I'm going to try to scroll down to the 4-hour time frame. Now in the 4-hour time frame, I think you can clearly see that we have a head and shoulders pattern. So this is our shoulder, head, and another shoulder. Now for gold, for all of you who are trading gold, you have to be looking for selling opportunities in gold. You have to be looking for selling opportunities in gold. Now if you are there and you're focusing on gold, I think we will be looking for selling opportunities, because at the moment we have been in the higher time frame. Now in the higher time frame, we go to a candlestick pattern which is indicating us to sell gold. Putting that aside, we also have a candlestick pattern, a chart pattern I mean, which is a head and shoulders pattern. Now the perfect entry on gold was the days before, or wait, I think it was last week. This was the perfect entry for gold. You're supposed to enter from here with your sell. So now, for those who didn't catch up this trade, I think we came out and gave a signal on gold, I think like 2 weeks back, and we told you gold is going to drop massively. But here was our perfect entry. Why do we consider it as a perfect entry? Because we can clearly see that we had our first touch, second touch, and this was our third touch. Now when the trend line was broken and retested, if you can clearly see that the trend line was broken and retested, so this was our perfect entry to jump in gold and you catch all these pips. But now this move already went. We are going to try to look for another move for gold, whereby we are looking to sell gold along these areas up to this TP area. So we're looking to sell gold again around these areas. So now we are applying the support and resistance strategy or trading to the zone. So now for those who haven't made some money in gold, I think for next, or wait for the market to open next week. But here is the perfect entry. You wait for gold to retest this broken level and you should collect these pips there around 80 pips to 100 pips. Now for those who have managed to complete this video, I think hit that like button and also subscribe, plus comment down the description what you have really learned in this market breakdown of your fixed fundamentals. So if you haven't opened up a trading account, I think this is the right time. You click in the description and get a link, open up your account with Xness and start your trading journey.